Good morning, YouTube. Something I've been trying to get better at is recovery and maintenance. Last year, the year before, and the year before that, I really did not care about maintenance work and stretching and all that stuff, and I definitely paid the price for it. So this year, every morning, I've been trying to get in the routine of at least doing 5 minutes of activation work. So what you just saw right there, me like doing the dog peeing on fire hydrant movement, donkey kicks. I also do a little bit of foam rolling, maybe a little bit of glute activation, so the clamshells, that type of stuff. And that's gonna be the topic for today's video, is recovery and the importance of maintenance for any new runner. That's something, like I said, that I wish I implemented many years ago, but that's okay, we're doing it now. But I want you guys to at least be aware of the importance of maintenance, recovery, all that stuff, because I can guarantee if you implement that early, you're gonna be so strong, so fast. You think these elite marathon runners are fast? You're gonna be you're gonna be flying. So after I finish up my activation work, recovery work, let's talk about a little routine that I've made for you fine folks. Low and slow is the way to go with foam rolling. It hurts. It does hurt, but it works. The pain's so bad I had to take my sweater off. And that just about does it for the morning maintenance and recovery exercises. Those mountain climbers really get your core going, get your heart rate up, and they're hard. All right, I'm gonna go shower, do all that normal morning stuff, and then we'll talk about how you should start doing these type of exercises. You don't need to do what I just did there. Yours will be a little bit easier to start off. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for this day. Look how beautiful it is out. It's a little cold, it's a little chilly, but look at it. Oh, yeah. Now, that might have been a little overexposed, but just take my word for it that it's very sunny, bright, the birds are chirping, the water's flowing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers would say. Let's get one thing straight. In our modern day society, we spend so much time sitting down, and that causes a lot of strain on our muscles, believe it or not. They're constantly being in that fixed position, not moving, so they're getting very tight. Our shoulders are bent over because we're typing at computers. Our necks are down because we're looking at phones. And if we go outside and try to swim, bike, run, walk, whatever, without properly warming up these muscles and maintaining them, you're probably going to get injured, folks. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. So we need to work on that to make sure that we're running, walking, biking, swimming comfortably and enjoying it every step of the way. Equipment that you should buy. It's not very expensive, I promise. It's very affordable, but it does make a major difference. So let's talk about this first item. Coffee number 3 for the day. I did pour out half of coffee number 2, so I think that allows me some wiggle room to have maybe 2 or 3 more coffees for the day. Maybe not. Maybe I should really think about cutting back on my caffeine, but honestly, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to break up with caffeine just yet. I may try to get more decaf coffee like I had last night. I had that decaf Americano, but there's just not that same kick. You know exactly what I mean. When you have a decaf coffee compared to a regular coffee, there's something missing. They may taste the same, but there's just that little extra spunk that's missing. And okay, I'll leave that debate for another day. Let's talk about the 2 items really that you should get for recovery. I'm gonna list 5 here, but you really only need 2 of them. Starting off with just the plain Jane foam roller. We all know what these are. This is the Amazon Basics foam roller. See how it's not as hard, you can kind of push into it. And this is really good for beginners because when you first start foam rolling, oh lordy, like I showed you just before, foam rolling hurts. It hurts a lot. And having a foam roller with just a little bit of extra give is really beneficial. And one of the biggest benefits about this Amazon Basics foam roller is that it's very small, lightweight. You can chuck it in your travel bag, you can put it in your gym bag, you can take it anywhere you want. So definitely recommend picking up a Amazon Basics foam roller if you know you'll be on the go a lot and you're just a beginner. If you're a more advanced foam roller and you like those trigger points, I'd recommend this one right here. See the little grooves here? They really dig into your trigger spots. So the trigger spots are any place that are extremely tender on your body, quite honestly. Like for me, for example, I have very tight calves and quads right now. And I've been using this a lot on both of those areas. And yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. This is very dense. It's very, very dense in comparison to this nice plushy Amazon Basics foam roller. So if you're more advanced or just like you're a little bit more sadistic and you like that pain, maybe pick up a smaller but harder foam roller with trigger points. This little spiky ball looking thing is really, really good for really focused trigger points. Like with the foam roller there, you are getting the extra little bit of trigger point activation, but it's more of a spread out area. If you have very sore arches or sore shoulders or chest, putting this ball right here, for example, and pushing up against the wall, it is gonna release those tendons, muscles, whatever, very quickly. It's gonna hurt, because this looks like something they'd use in medieval times on top of a weapon. Now these, I don't know why, but these are pretty expensive. Like this little rubber balls, maybe 20, 30 bucks sometimes. So I don't quite know why. Maybe I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I should get into molding little hard plastic balls. Probably make a good living that way. But you can also use just plain lacrosse balls or tennis balls even. Just anything that's kind of dense and you can use to press into certain areas. I use this a lot on the arch of my foot because it has been getting quite tender the more that I increase my run volume. And this is a lifesaver to have something like this. These bigger size ones, they're pretty massive. You want to keep these guys at home. And here is my absolute favorite foam roller right now. I picked this up at Costco for $14, believe it or not. This is the big boy. The big boy, Mama Jama. Oh, you can listen to how solid that is. This is a pain machine. When I roll on this with my quads, I seriously feel like going up in a little ball and crying like a little boy. It's crazy, but it's amazing. Like I said, it was $14 at Costco, but again, it's quite heavy. I'd say it weighs about 10 pounds, so you want to leave this at home. So there's a couple of options for foam rollers if you're more on the go or if you'd like to stay home. And the little ball is a very, very awesome buy as well. More focused compared to more general activation that you'll get with the foam rollers. And that's all the equipment you really need for your activation work. Couple of things, maybe a $30 investment, and you're gonna be so much faster forward. I'd say, I'm not a scientist, but I would say that $30 investment into these recovery tools are probably worth the $400 that you'd spend on a Nike Next Percent in terms of performance gain. I'm just throwing that out there. Who knows? Nike, if you want to do a study with me, I will gladly come down there and do some science with you. Now that we have all that recovery equipment out of the way, what do you want to use it for? What exactly are the exercises and stretches and foam rolling routine that I would recommend for any new endurance athlete as a whole? You're mainly going to want to do the donkey kick for the glute activations. You're going to want to do the dog peeing on hydrants again for that glute activation, as well as hip mobility. Like I said, we sit down a lot and our hips get stiff, our glutes get stiff, our whole body is getting more stiff day by day every time we're sitting down. It's a sad life, I tell you. You're also going to want to do the glute bridges. Now, these have been extremely helpful for me. This is one of the exercises that I did do over the last year and a half. The other two, the dog peeing on the hydrant and the donkey kicks, are a relatively new addition to my routine, but they've been proven time and time again over the years by different people. This glute bridge has been so beneficial. It was one of the exercises I've prescribed when I had my runner's knee last year. The physiotherapist was bang on. She said, You're having all this knee pain because you don't have a strong bum. And as sad as I was that I didn't have a thick butt, I was very happy that we knew the root cause of my knee pain. And doing these glute bridges as well as this next exercise I'm going to show you were bang on to getting me back running comfortably. Now, after you do the glute bridges, I'd recommend implementing the clamshells. I'm sure you've all seen the clamshells time and time again, and I'm just kind of repeat it like a broken record. You need to do some clamshells to activate that glute some more. See, a lot of these exercises that I'm talking about have to do with glute strength and hip mobility, because I truly believe that this is one of the biggest leading factors to injury in our modern day society, because we sit down so much and we never use our glute muscles. It's just simple as that. And this last exercise is the standing lunges with a side raise. So the side raise really opens up your hip flexors, gives you that nice stretch. The lunge exercise gives you that nice hip mobility as well as strengthening your whole lower body. I'm sure that we've all done lunges in the past, and I'm sure we've hated them equally as much as we've done them. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But there's no denying that they do make your lower body stronger, and they will help you become a faster, more confident, and less injury-prone runner, swimmer, biker, all that good stuff. I can promise you that. So notice that I didn't add any core workouts to start off, and that's true, I didn't. And the reason for that is because I believe any new runner, swimmer, biker, walker, whatever, needs to focus on activating their lower body first, because that is what you'll be activating the most. That's what's going to take the most pounding. And yes, having a strong core helps prevent those injuries as well, but I think we should add those later down the line. So that will be a later video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for some tasty core workouts in a little bit. And that about does it for the exercises and foam rolling that I do in my maintenance routine. I do quite a bit of static stretching as well. I mainly focus on just trying to touch my toes, and I sometimes do a little bit of calf stretching, but I try to do the static stretching only after a workout to make sure that my muscles are very warmed up. But on days that I'm not working out or that I just want to do some static stretching, I try to do it after foam rolling to make sure that the blood's at least flowing to those areas. And that's actually one of the main things about recovery is it's just trying to get the blood to rush to those areas so that you can recover your muscles, they grow nice and strong. It's very important for us to be strong, happy, confident athletes. I gotta go sell something on Marketplace. This might be the end of the vlog, but if not, I'll see you in a couple seconds. See, I really wasn't lying when I said it's beautiful out. And yes, I did get another coffee. All right, folks, got my tea. We're back in for the night, and it's time to cozy on up and get ready for bed shortly. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow for the next one. Hope you got some value out of this. Recovery is super important for any endurance athlete, and anyone in general can benefit from a little bit of foam rolling and stretching. We're all a little tight, regardless if we're running or just walking every day. We all get tight. All right, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, seek discomfort,